Hey 301 students, I'm going to go over how to create an e-portfolio using Wix.com. So the first thing you want to do is create a professional email if you don't already have one, and then you're going to want to go to the Wix.com website and sign up for an account, and all you need is your email and then create a password. And then some things you're going to want to include in your e-portfolio is the student information, your personal goals and objectives. You're going to want to have a section for the responsibilities and competencies of a health education specialist. And then for each article, you're going to want to include an artifact that demonstrates your work with that competency. And so by the end of 301, you will have an artifact for Article 1, 6, and 7. You're also going to want to create a spot where you can type in your health education and public health philosophy. This, though, is something you're going to create in Health Science 401, so you don't have to worry about that now. Just save it for later. And then you're also going to want to attach your resume and an elevator speech. So once you go to the website, you're going to log in, create your account, hit create a site, and then you're going to want to go ahead and look at the portfolio options that they have, and go ahead and click choose a template. It'll be a lot more easier on you. And then you can go ahead and browse the different kinds of portfolios and resumes that they have for you to work with, and then once you find one you like, you can just go ahead and click edit. And so to go over some of the tools that Wix has for you, this right here is going to be the menus and pages tab. So these are all the different sections that you have for your website. And so if you click on the little button here, you can rename the tab. So maybe you might not want that specific one to say experience. You can duplicate it, hide it, and delete it if that's not a page that you're going to want. There's also a section, go ahead and close that. There's a background section where you can change the color, so you'll just click on it and then you can look through the backgrounds that they have, or you can click on image where you can upload your own personal images. This right here is the add button. So if you needed to add a text box, an image, maybe for whatever you have in mind, you want a gallery of pictures or whatnot, so you can go ahead and browse through all the other things that Wix has for you to add to your ePortfolio. And then this one right here is where you can upload images, vector art, videos, fonts, and anything else that Wix.com does not offer. And so for text editing, you can go ahead and click on the text box. You'll want to go ahead and change whatever name they had to yours. And maybe you don't like the font that they gave as the default, so you can go ahead and browse through all the other fonts they have. Maybe you want to make your name a little bigger so it stands out more. You would just highlight it and then drag it. You can play around with that. And then all the other basic text editing elements are down in here. And so another thing you want to make sure that you do throughout making your site is save it, because you never know what kind of technical difficulties are going to come up, and so just go ahead and click done and make sure you just go through and do that. These tools over here are really helpful. It's your undo and redo button, and then this zoom out and reorder tool is really cool because maybe you decide that you want your education spot to go before your experience spot. So you just click on it. Sorry, the website's kind of slow sometimes. And arrange it however you want. And then once you're happy with how your website looks, you'll just exit out. And so if you want to change any of the media that they have, you would just click on the image, and you click on change image, um, upload media to take pictures from your computer, or you could even link. So if you wanted to link something to this picture, you could just hit link and then document. So like for adding your articles, this is how you would want to do it. Choose a file, um, and then go from there. And so Wix is really cool because you can literally do anything with this website. And I really liked this template because it had a spot for all of the things that you guys needed to include. So say for clients, you don't have clients, you don't want to have this spot, you could just go ahead and click and delete. And maybe this is where you're going to have your public health philosophy. And because that's not something you've developed yet, you'll just go ahead and continue. Or say you don't want this contact section, you can go to the zoom out and delete it. For any other questions you might have in using Wix, you could click on the help button and they should be able to help. And so I just wanted to show you guys my site that I used with Wix. Give it a second to load. And so here I've included all my personal student information, a bit about my goals and objectives, my work experience, my educational experience. I gave a little summary of what the competencies of a health education specialist is, and then I've listed all of the 7 competencies with a little explanation, and then I gave an explanation of the work that I made that goes along with that competency. I left a space for my public health philosophy because that's not something I have yet. And then I actually liked the contact me aspect of the template that I chose, so I went ahead and kept it. So I hope you guys are able to make a really cool e-portfolio because this website is really good for doing those kinds of things, and good luck!